for watching the VOD. Hello, I'm just putting in that I want live chat. Glasses are covered in baby fingerprints, so give me a second. Alrighty, we are crocheting live tonight. It's a Thursday night, and we're crocheting live. I'm just talking to myself. Okay, that made it worse, but whatever. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly post the link to my Instagram for this live, and then we will work on a baby blanket. So bear with me for like 2 seconds. Share, copy. The one viewer is me. All right, let's just post that on Instagram. Backgrounds. Ink. Boop, boop. Okay. And we're live. And still no one's here yet, but that's okay. Someone will come eventually. Yeah, I know in my last live I said that I would go live yesterday, but I was just so tired when I got home from work I couldn't do it. So we postponed to tonight. And now here I am. So welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button while we hang out and crochet where we get a baby blanket tonight. Hi. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Been a busy week, but you love the blanket behind you. Thank you. My grandmother made it back in the 70s. Oop, I misfired. We are working on a baby blanket tonight. Using Lion Brand ice cream yarn. But I can't remember the name of the colorway off the top of my head. Sorry. I know it's a 3-weight. And it's really nice. It's a nice acrylic. Hi, Aaliyah. This is Crochet. Yeah, it's a nice color. Pink is a good color. Yeah, I like the fade. It fades from light pink to white and dark pink, just all sorts of pinks, and it looks really good. Especially with the linen stitch, which is the stitch that I'm using. Gives it an interesting look. How long does it take you to make a blanket? That really depends on the size, the weight of the yarn, how busy I am with other stuff like business and whatever. A baby blanket using 4-weight yarn I can usually churn out in a weekend, but I have been working on this one for like 2 weeks because it's a 3-weight. And I've been super busy with business and my day job and my personal life. But this is a gift for a baby that is turning 1 in 2 weeks. No, 1 week. So I gotta get cracking on this. Is that the skein behind you? Yeah, that's part of it. This is a second ball of it. It's a ice cream big scoop. I got it from a friend who is moving to Europe soon and doesn't really knit or crochet anymore. So he offloaded all his yarn onto me. And so got all this good stuff. I got 2 big things of ice cream big scoop. So I'm using it to make a baby kit. This is how much I have of the original skein. And then I've got this big ball that I'll tie on. And then I have some plain white yarn that is the same weight as this that I'll use for a border when it's done. Looks so good. Thank you. It does. I like how the colors are working out. So, yeah, this has been my on and off project all week in between everything else I've been working on. I finished the sweater scarf I had been making, for my sister-in-law. So I gotta film the last part of that video. I'll probably do that tomorrow night. Because this week just is kicking my butt. Between work and house hunting, I got home yesterday, sat down, got ready to go live, and I was just like, nah. The scarf is done. I can grab it real quick and show y'all. I figured I'll be right back. Here it is. It's done. So here's the sleeve all seamed up. That's the seam side. We don't need to look at that. So there's sleeve. And then it's pretty big. And it wraps around. And yes, ooh, ah. Yeah, this one doesn't quite fit me because I made it to my sister-in-law's measurements. So I could put it on, but that might stretch it out because she's a couple sizes smaller than I am. But this is for my sister-in-law to wear at her wedding to my brother in October. That was the subject of the latest video I've been working on. Cute animal plushies. No, I got these at Aldi. Well, my mom bought them for me. So I got this one for St. Patrick's Day. She got me this one for Christmas, and they just kind of sit here on my steps looking cute. But yes, we are now 2.5 months out from the wedding. So, yeah, I gotta finish the blanket, market prep, my day job. I'm house hunting. Pretty sure I found a gray hair this morning. fine. It's fine. I looked at the weirdest house on Tuesday night. Not even 2 months away from everything pumpkin spice. I know, I cannot wait. I need my pumpkin spice. And I need this heat to go away, because it's also been hot as heck out here in Pennsylvania. And humid. And I don't do hot or humid. I can't do it, so. It's the work group chat going on, but. So leave me alone. But I'm so glad tomorrow is Friday. Because I'm Michigan, yeah. I have so many people in my chats that are from Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, one of the houses I looked at, the listing did not disclose that there was pretty extensive water damage in the attic. So my realtor and I went up there. And it was so hot. It was like walking into a swamp. And I was like, I don't want this house anymore. I mean, it was also full of asbestos, so. Well, the baby blanket, I have to have it done by next week. It's a birthday gift for a 1-year-old, so double whammy. Oh, those weren't the only 2 whammies with this house we looked at. There was a lot. First, we checked out the basement first because you don't want to fall in love with the house. You always want to look at the basement first, I've learned. Because you don't want to fall in love with the house and then go downstairs and find out there's so many structural issues and such. So we always looked at the basement first. And we get down there and we're like, oh, look, there's asbestos wrapped all around everything. Oh, look, this wiring has not been replaced since like the early 1900s. Because every house I've looked at so far has been over 100 years old. And we're like, oh, this is that old knob wiring. That's a fire hazard. And then we were like looking at the pipes and they're still cast iron. So that's like a $50,000 replacement right there after you get the house. And all this stuff wasn't disclosed in the listing. So we're walking around the basement and I'm already like, all right, nope, not getting it. But we checked out the rest of the house just because we're like, all right, well, we drove for 40 minutes to get here, so let's at least look around. You know, maybe it'll be worth the huge renovations needed. Well, not entirely. We looked at another one that was really nice, had no problems. It has oil heat, and I'm looking for electric heat. Like, that was the only thing. Well, that and the only bathroom was all the way upstairs, on the 2nd floor. But that was the only one that was good. And then, I mean, the first one that I went and looked at, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just basically built into a cliff that you had to scale to get in and out. And you had to go even higher up to get to the backyard where the parking spots were, which was down a sketchy alley. But yeah, this one we looked at, it was like something out of The Sims, because once we were like, all right, this basement is awful, and I thought the basement in the house I lived in now was unfinished. It was that was a dirt hole in the ground with a water heater and a bunch of pipes shoved in there. So we're looking around the house upstairs, like, okay, maybe it's a fixer-upper. I really liked the kitchen. It was a nice big kitchen, but that was about it. We go upstairs to the god-awful 1970s shag carpet, which I'm like, I will rip that out with my bare hands. And then we're like, okay, there's one bedroom, there's one bedroom. Let's look in the master bedroom, and we open the door, and I'm like, why are there steps to go down? Yeah, you have to go by. Bye, thanks for coming. I'm like, why are there stairs to go down when we just came upstairs? Why are there stairs to go down into the master bedroom, where the only full bathroom was? I'm like, this is something out of The Sims. A 12-year-old would make in The Sims. And then that's also when we're like, oh, here's a closet. Oh, no, that's a staircase up to an attic that we didn't know this house had. And we walked up there, and holy water damage, Batman. It was like walking up into a swamp, and I was like, oh yeah, we definitely don't want this one. But my favorite was the alleged half bath on the first floor, because we're looking around the first floor, we're opening all the like traditional doors, but they're just closets, and we're like, okay, where's this half bath? And then we find like this accordion sliding door, and we're like, yeah, coat closet. We open it up, nope, there's a toilet in there. That was the half bath. So then you go into the half bath and you realize there's no way to close the door while you're in there. Like, you can't physically close it unless you want to chop your legs off. Then it would probably close. And then I turned and looked, and I'm like, oh my god, it's right across from a window where you can see right onto your neighbor's deck. So you can make eye contact, because it was one of those little towns where all the houses, like, you reach out and you're touching your neighbor's house. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm not buying that one. But the other one we looked at in that town was really nice. I kind of want to put an offer in on it. But I don't urgently need to move, so I'm gonna wait and see if the price will come down. Because that one we looked at and there was nothing wrong with it. It was well maintained. The basement was a little sketchy, but in a creepy old basement in a house that's over 100 years old way, then there's something wrong with it way. It was very stable, recently updated and everything. Wiring was good. It's just, you had to stoop to go down in the basement because it's basically a crawl space. It's more crawl space than basement. And I had to like crouch to get in there, and I'm pretty short. So the fact that I had to crouch to get in there was like, oh, this is a crawl space. But I also liked about that one is the washer-dryer hookup was in the kitchen, but that's because I found the original washer-dryer hookup down in the alleged basement, and they had ran some pipes up to the kitchen so that the washer-dryer hookup could be in the kitchen instead, because you had to be, like, doing your laundry hunched over. And I'm like, this is supposed to be a basement you can, with its own entrance and exit. And I'm like, no. But the house itself was really nice. It was close to my price range, but I want to see the price come down a little bit more. Because then the money I would save on that, I could use to convert it to electric heat instead of oil heat, because I am deathly afraid of carbon monoxide. So I'm like trying to find a house that has electric heat, and unfortunately, all the houses are like oil heat or gas heat because they're all ancient. Because all the houses available in my price range are like well over 100 years old. Like the one that we looked at that I really liked was 125 years old. But it was in a really nice neighborhood. And it was on like a nice small lot, so I wouldn't have to mow my lawn or dig out a driveway because the parking spot is like, here's the road and then here's a parking spot. So I wouldn't have to dig or anything in the winter, so. But we're gonna wait and see if anything else comes on the market a little closer to my job. Because this one was like a 40-minute drive away. And I mean, if I have to commute 40 minutes, I have to commute 40 minutes. It's fine. But yeah, so that's how the house hunting process has been going for me. So please like and subscribe. Because then maybe I can up my budget a little more and get a house that was maybe built in the later half of the 20th century and not something that was built in 1900. Then again, those older houses kind of have their charm, and you know they'll last forever. So, yeah. And then yesterday at work was just really tiring, so I got home, I set up to go live, and I was like, no, can't do this. What's that? Another Zillow notification like, hey, maybe you'd like this house. I'll look at it later. You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just tired. Got a lot going on. Work's understaffed. My brother's getting married, and I'm trying to buy a house. So. But at least there's yarn. Do I have any glasses cleaner down here? Or is it all upstairs? Because glasses are covered in little itty bitty baby fingerprints. But I can't go live without my glasses because then I can't see chat. I'd have to be like, to be able to see it. And I don't know how to make it look bigger, so. Oh well. So, if you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like that live. Hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to build up a bigger down payment for a house, so every little bit helps. What are you making? I am crocheting a baby blanket using Lion Brand ice cream yarn. Super nice, super delicate, but takes a while. Which, I love a good DK weight yarn. just with something that's slow growing like a baby blanket, it gets tedious after a while. Especially since I'm using the linen stitch, which is worked into the next stitch down, so it takes even longer to work up. But it looks so pretty that it's worth the aggravation. And plus the linen stitch is my favorite stitch, especially for like multicolored yarns like this. It's kind of like my brand. No, I'm not big enough to have my own brand yet. Maybe someday, but nope. So how was y'all's day? Are we glad tomorrow's Friday? I'm very glad tomorrow's Friday. Because then I can spend Saturday working on, oh god, what was I going to do Saturday? This is how tired I am. I can't even remember. I was going to make, how many flower coasters can I make in a day? And my how many granny squares in one day video comes out on Saturday as well. So, y'all should watch that when that drops Saturday morning. And then I'm going to film how many flower coasters can I make in a day. And all that other delightfully good stuff. But right now we're just making this baby blanket. Well, toddler blanket. It's for a baby turning 1 next week, so. Yeah. Excuse me. Ugh, I left my water upstairs. Gonna have to take a brief intermission in a little while. Go get my water and my glasses cleaner. If you're just joining the live, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We do have a lot of fun here. I just sound dead inside because I'm tired. These live streams are going well. I've been keeping a track of my analytics, and my watch hours have absolutely skyrocketed. Which is what I've been trying to get to happen in the first place. Oh, and all that noise in the background is my dishwasher. Aaliyah, how was your birthday? I know that was recent, right? Remember your countdown on Instagram. Mother Nature said sit down this year. I'm sorry to hear that. But happy birthday at least. My birthday is a month and a half away. It's a milestone this year. Took a whole bunch of naps. Hey. That is almost, when you get to my age, that is almost kind of what I want for my birthday this year. But no, it's on a Monday, so I have to go to work. But they're throwing a party for me at work for the whole day, so it's fine. About to say, which reminds me, and I'm like, no, I'm not checking my email. I'm live right now. I'm clocked out. I don't need to check my email. It's the evening. And I already checked my business email for the day, so. Clocked out of my day job, clocked into my YouTube / crochet online shop job. So. Oh my goodness. But, excuse me. Hang on, everybody take a drink. I think when I finish this round, I am going to take a quick pause to go grab my water bottle and find my glasses cleaner. Because everything is blurry and covered in fingerprints. Right in front of my face when you're in your room. Yeah, mine is somewhere. I think it's upstairs, but I'm not sure. This is why I'm looking for a house. I gotta downsize. Can't find anything. Plenty of yarn though. I can always find my yarn, but never like my glasses cleaner. Yeah, I'll just rub it off with a paper towel in a bit. Totally fine. Totally fine. See, we just hit the half-hour mark, so that means it's 6 o'clock. So I went live at 5:30. So maybe we'll catch the dinner crowd. Saturday, I know Passionate Kelsey is having a live stream for her scrunchie drop, which I'll probably watch. Those are always fun. I love all the colors she makes of the velvet scrunchies. Now he's waiting for your scraps. Yeah. I was having some frozen taquitos for dinner tonight because I needed something quick before going live. And Guinness really wanted one. But I said no, Guinness. This has garlic and onions in it. And that's poison to cats. But I appeased him by doing brushy brushy for a bit. And he was happy. Because he loves to be brushed. He'll probably appear at some point tonight. I hear him walking around upstairs. He just wants you to look at him. Cats are so funny. Like, just gaze upon my glory. Those are Zuzu footsteps. And yes, I can identify my cats based on their footsteps. I have pattern recognition superpowers. But there's no way Zuzu's coming on camera. She already came on live once this year. She will not come again until next year. She doesn't like the camera. But my dad thinks it's because I use a much different voice when I'm live than I usually use when I'm talking to her, and she doesn't like the shift. Those footsteps are silent. Guinness has a very specific click to them. And then Rocky is like stomping. And then Zuzu is almost silent. Even with cut nails, Guinness clicks when he walks. Like, I just trimmed his nails last week. Unless she wants to follow you in the bathroom while you brush teeth. Gotcha. Yeah, Guinness, I trimmed his nails last week and he still clicks everywhere he walks. And I'm like, how? It's the way his paws are shaped, I think. He's gonna be 15 in a month, my baby. It was Rocky upstairs jumping off of something he probably shouldn't have. But oh well. Yeah, I hear Guinness. Hi, Zuzu. Hi, Zuzu. You coming up? You want to come up? Come on up. Guys, we have a Zuzu sighting. And there she goes. No, you were just checking in on me? Okay. It's the second Zuzu sighting in a month. What's going on? Hi, Guinness. I have to... Oh, she's coming back. When you hop up here and pay your taxes, will you? Hi, Zuzu. Hi, Guinness. Yes, kitty cats. This is now a cat live. I bend down and scratch my kitty cat. Yes, Zuzu wants some butt scratches. So we're going to pause and do that real quick. That skinny little tail. Yeah, my girly. You're my girly. You're my girly. Here she is. We got the Zuzu. You're back. Welcome back. We have a Zuzu sighting. All hail Zuzu. You're gonna kill me in my sleep later? Okay. You're just so cute. Yes. Oh, you're sitting down and Guinness. There she goes. We had another Zuzu sighting. All hail Zuzu. We just had a Zuzu sighting. Furry. All hail Zuby and her soft, fluffy belly. She paid the taxes. Cat tax was paid. If you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Maybe it'll make Zuzu appear more. One like, one treat. She's up there munching now. Because this blanket actually hides the fact that my kitchen is behind me. Up close begging. Hi, Adonis. How cute. Alright, we've got a couple stitches left to the end of this round, and then I'm going to run and grab my water. Which, it's on the counter because I filled it up to get ready to go live, and then left it there. I will accept that as a kitty cat hello. That works. Did you make an iced coffee? Yeah, I had one this morning. I made one before I went to work. Because usually I have one hot coffee in the morning. I go to work, and then before I clock in, I make another hot one. But this morning, I was just dead to the world, even though I went to bed even earlier than I usually do. I was just still dozing off. I'm like, all right, I gotta drive and I gotta go to work and be responsible for children. So I made myself an iced coffee and brought it with me to work. And then I made a second iced coffee at work. And that really perked me up, which is good. So that means I've had 3 coffees today. Caffeinated coffees. All right, that is done. Okay. Chat, I'll be right back. I just need to run up and grab my water and wipe off my glasses. So BRB, don't have too much fun without me. Hey chat, I'm back. Hi Laura. Okay. Alright, we're back. Got my water and I cleaned off my glasses, so now I can actually see more clearly. Woohoo. Let's keep going. Let's get this party started. Hi Laura. Hope you're doing well. Hi Guinness. Let's get this sweater scarf up away from you so you can lay down. Put that there. Hi, you want to come up? No, you want to knock the camera over instead? You want to knock everybody on the internet over? Good boy. Here he is. Here's the black cat showing his butt. Guinness, I'm going to make you make an OnlyFans if you're going to keep this up. Can't show your butt on YouTube. And you can't knock my camera over. Please. Yes, we know you love the camera. Okay. There. Guinness is here. Yes. Oh, there goes Zuzu again. Tell you, if we get 2 Zuzu sightings in one night, I'm buying a lottery ticket. How long have we been on? I've been on for about 50 minutes. And I'll probably keep going until about 8:30 or such. Because I'm tired. It's been a long week. Between work, house hunting, filming, getting ready for my brother's wedding. We're only 2.5 months out. And we're only a month and a half out from my birthday. I'm sitting here like, life has been lifing this week, yes. I'm hoping it calms down soon. Because I know my life always goes through these periods where it's just everything at once. I've had to adult way too much this week. And do too much math and find too many important pieces of paper. But we're fine. We'll live. Yes, Guinness. You always know how to make me feel better, Guinness. Hi, Zuzu. Bye, Zuzu. Almost done with this skein of yarn, then we can tie on the next one. And keep going. Zuzu, she was scratching the front door. Yes, Black Cat? If you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. I think that would be super awesome, if you ask me. Red Heart yarn. No, this is Lion Brand ice cream. Big scoop. It's very nice, very pink. I like how it's working up in the linen stitch in these continuous rounds. Love all the little pockets of color. And it's nice and lightweight, and the little girl this blanket is for will be very happy to get it. This will be her second blanket I've made for her, because I made her one for her mother before she was born. And now she's turning 1 next week, so I'm making her another blankie. Only this one will be bigger because she's obviously not a newborn anymore. And it will match with the one that I made her sister when her sister was in my class 3 years ago. Rocky, Zuzu! Ah! How did Nightbot get number 1? I don't know. Probably because Nightbot has a bunch of timers to remind people to behave. So that PBIS training I took pops out at the weirdest times. Completely non-teaching related. Yeah. God, you know you work in education if you know PBIS and how garbage it is. But it's currently what's trendy. It's like, okay, the student is misbehaving. Did you have the objective posted? Do you have the rules posted? So y'all just have to chat whenever you want to beat out the Nightbot regurgitating my PBIS training, because that stuff is ingrained. Fellow teachers will know what I am talking about. I mean, it's not completely garbage because I am a very visual person. It just seems to think that, oh, as long as everything is visible, the kids will behave. No. That is not how children work. If you're just joining the live, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We have lots of fun here. We're almost at the 1 hour mark, and we're almost done with this skein. This was like a 1 pound skein, so got quite a bit out of it. Speaking of 1 pound skeins, I gotta put in another order from Premier as they restocked their Just Yarn White, and I'm running critically low on white yarn, so I gotta order more. Now would be a good time to order it. It's on sale. I'll do that later when I get off live. Maybe. I don't know. Since I am saving for a down payment, I am trying to only buy yarn that I actually need for my business to keep functioning. Gotta get started on some fall projects. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Sheesh. Oh, 13 viewers, 13 likes. How about that? Love it when things match. So, what's everybody working on today? I'm obviously working on a baby blanket. Finished the sweater scarf. Now I'm going to go into colorful flower coasters so I can have them ready for my market at the end of August. That'll be the topic of Saturday's live. It's just me sitting there making flower coasters. And we've been live for a whole hour, guys. A color by number app. That sounds fun. Hmm, 6:30. 2 of them every day, and then the other one is a puzzle. Nice, nice. I haven't sat down and done a puzzle in a long time. I mean, I do baby puzzles with the babies every day, but those are more matching pictures and putting one block of wood with another block of wood. Should probably also make some scrunchies for this market I'm doing in the end of August. Be a good way to use up some scrap yarn since I use either cotton or acrylic for my scrunchies. I'll leave the velvet ones to Kelsey. So I will still watch her live stream on Saturday for the drop, because that's always fun. Yeah, I saw that on her Instagram story, and I was like, good lord. I really hope Michaels brings back the Juicy Couture yarn. At least maybe under a different label, I don't know, because, I mean, it is a nice yarn. I have some that I made hats out of. I actually like knitting with velvet yarn, since the stitch definition is difficult for me, and crocheting, because I need to be able to see the stitches. I can't go by feel. But with knitting, all the loops are right there on the needle, so. I'm actually knitting a velvet beanie right now. So I was trying to come up with a crochet pattern for a velvet beanie, kind of like the hunting beanies that I make, but the gauge just was not agreeing with me. How does it look? It looks alright. I could go grab it in just a second. I haven't really worked on it in a while. Knitting is kind of more personal than my crocheting, since I crochet a lot and I do a lot of business with my crocheting, both on my website and offline, because I take commissions from a lot of the parents at my school. Whereas knitting is like, no, mine. Oh, I need to stretch anyway. Ugh. Oh, there's that bucket hat. Oh, there we go. Okay, those have been missing. Teaching is rough, guys. Don't do it. Yeah, here's the bit what I've gotten on a beanie so far. I don't know what yarn this one is. That was part of the stuff that my friend was offloading that he gave me, but yeah. That's about how much I have done so far, and it's really soft, and I like it, and I can see the stitches because they're all right there on my circular needles. So I might knit some of those as gifts or for charity. Because I was really trying to crochet a beanie using velvet, but it just wasn't cooperating with me. So I kept losing the stitches and I can't feel them. So, and poking around trying to find them messes the gauge up. So I'll just knit something with it. Knit some nice hats. Donate them, give them as gifts. Because everybody's getting handmade this year so I can save money. Everybody's getting something made out of scrap yarn in their favorite colors. I gotta hoard any extra money I can. Because part of my house hunting process is that I can't afford a big mortgage on my salary at work, and they don't count any of my social media earnings because it's been less than 2 years and that's not stable. So I'm coming in with a big down payment so that the monthly mortgage payments are lower. Which is the same strategy my brother used when he bought his house earlier this year. Only he has the income, he just didn't want to deal with the monthly payments. So all these fun house hunting things, it makes me be like, Mommy, can I just be a baby again? Pardon the dull roar, that's my air conditioner. Oh, we're almost done with the skein, and then we'll tie on the next one. I want to try and get this blanket done as soon as possible. So it's not hanging over my head. Get her done. Rocky's meowing upstairs, doing something. Up to something. All right, let's disentangle this. You know what? I'm going to disentangle this and then tie it onto that other, excuse me, ball of yarn now. Oh. Another YouTuber I'm subscribed to just posted something. I will watch it later. And by watch it later, I'll put it on the couch when I'm done being live and I'm getting ready for bed, and then I'll blink and be like... Every day I turn a little more into my father. I'm just resting my eyes. Don't change the channel. Yeah. It's hilarious because, like, there's this documentary about the Soviet-Afghan war I've been trying to get through. But I always fall asleep within 5 minutes of turning it on, and I'm like... Problem. Historical war documentaries just... Historical war documentaries are my version of those 8-hour dark sleep rain sound videos. I load up a documentary and I'm out within 5 minutes. Or those 3 hours of space facts to fall asleep to. 5 minutes in and boom, I'm done. Down for the count. Completely dead. Yes, I need background noise to sleep because I'm such a light sleeper. It's ridiculous. Hello! Alright. Welcome to my live stream. Don't get tangled, don't get tangled, don't get tangled. Alright. These are the same yarns, but I think it's a different dye lot, whatever. You awake? It's the whole length of those videos. Yeah. Very pretty yarn. Thank you. It is Lion Brand Ice Cream. But I don't know the exact name of the colorway, but it's lots of pinks. Yeah. See, the rain sound videos I've realized have an opposite effect on me. They keep me wide awake because we play those at work when all the kids are napping. And, like, obviously you cannot nap on the clock. So I'm so used to being like, okay, I gotta stay awake, okay, I gotta stay awake, okay, I gotta stay awake for the kids, that I try to play them for myself at night, and I'm like, nope. Nope, gotta stay awake. But documentaries, out. I'm gone. Fall asleep to a true crime doc. Yeah, that's my mom. True crime I can't fall asleep to. It gives me the heebie-jeebies too much, but... No, I want a nice, long, 3-hour documentary about some obscure war in the medieval period. you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We're making a baby blanket tonight. If it's a new to you case, it takes longer for you to go to sleep. I see, yeah. Well, yeah, because you want to find out what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I could never really get into true crime. Just always kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. This is turning out so nice. It's almost big enough. I think this yarn, this amount is probably enough to finish this off. And then I have some DK weight white yarn that I will use to put a border on it. I'll probably do a shelled border. Been into shell borders lately. We shall see. Or I could pull out one of my stitch dictionaries and find a border. Try something new. I don't know. These baby blanket gifts. The fact that the Nightbot and you are tied is driving you bananas. Yeah, it's that PBIS training I had to take. I can't even remember what PBIS stands for. It's something about how you have to have a visual display of everything. And that will somehow help reinforce good behavior in the kids. Like if you list, okay, here's the objective of what we're doing today. Here's a visual of all the class rules. Here's a visual of this. Here's a visual of that. I'd like to see a poster tell a child to stop licking the wall. Like, yeah, visuals are good, but nobody pays attention to them. If you watch the show and want to know what happened because you fall asleep at the 5 minutes. Yes, that happens to me all the time when I'm watching Law and Order. I always doze off right when it gets interesting. Well, regular Law and Order, I can fall asleep during too. SVU, I can't. Regular Law and Order, that used to be what I would watch before bed when I was back when I was in college. Because we didn't have Wi-Fi in the dorms yet. So I would watch. And we had to have wired connections in the dorms at the time. So I couldn't move my laptop to watch it. But I had the TV and I would leave the TV on and it was always... And I didn't use the cable provided. by my college because my TV was the TV that I still used from the 80s. And you're always thinking about where you sit. Yeah. No, my TV is from the 80s, but because they don't do analog TV anymore, I had a converter box, but my dad didn't get me the cable converter box. He got me the over-the-air TV converter box, so I had to use the rabbit ears on my TV instead of cable. And there was just this one channel I picked up at night that was just constant original Law and Order marathon. And that's what I would watch at night before going to sleep. And then even after we got Wi-Fi in the dorms, I still watched Law and Order on that channel to go to sleep. And then I moved back to my hometown and could no longer access the channel on my rabbit ears. So I switched to old documentaries. Recognize faces like nobody's business. Yes. Yeah, that would be a good reason why. Alright, we're officially into the second skein, but for some reason this one feels thinner. But it's the same yarn, it just feels thinner. I don't know. This yarn is all from like 2009. So. God, now that I think about it, I feel old. We didn't have Wi-Fi in the dorms yet. You know everybody. Yeah. I don't recognize actors' faces, so... Not right off the top of my head. So my favorite was watching The Death of Stalin, being like, is that Lucius Malfoy? It was. Also, The Death of Stalin, great movie. I loved it. Absolutely hilarious. Can remember people you've only seen in previews. That's pretty talented. Let's see, what is that top fans button? Is there anything I can do with it? Nightbot, Aaliyah, Grace. I don't know the purpose of that, if that unlocks anything cool, but I like how it shows the top 8. Great millennial throwback. Though I think they need to tweak it a bit so that it doesn't count bots, like Nightbots. One of the guys from John Wick 4. I have to admit, I've never seen a John Wick movie. I just know that he was, like, out for revenge for his dog. That was the plot. I've never seen it, but I understand the references. Excuse me, fix that up a bit. Okay. I'm not a big movie watcher, so I can't really sit still long enough. I have to get up and do a couple laps. ADHD life. Previous to 2, 3, and 4. Ah, I see. Oh, goodness. As you could tell, I did not nap before going live today. Because I just got home from work, made dinner, and then set up and went live. Because if I took a nap before going live tonight, I wouldn't get it. Sarah Crochet Vision going live? No, she's not. I saw her post on Instagram that all videos and lives for the rest of the week were canceled. She didn't elaborate. I hope everything's okay. Dragging something around upstairs. Like 30 minutes ago. Oh, I hope she's okay. Hello again, Zuzu. Not coming on camera, but she's certainly coming up and down the stairs a lot tonight. Yeah, we just hit the hour-and-a-half mark. Woohoo! So, like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Drink your water. I'm out of water. It's fine. It's not too hot down here. I should say it's not too humid down here. It's hot out, but some of the humidity here in Pennsylvania finally broke. And the sun was actually out today, which is nice. It rained all day yesterday, pretty much. What state are you in? Denial? That's my favorite joke whenever I get scammers in my DMs. Like, is this item available? What state are you located in? I always say, denial. Once I strung one along for days. They were like, what state are you located in? Denial. It's a new one. We just formed it 2 weeks ago. And they're like, oh yeah, I saw that on the news. Anyway, do you ship to this location? And that's when I was like, you're a scammer. Blocked. Always fun. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We're making a baby blanket out of Lion Brand ice cream yarn this evening. Specifically, one of the big scoop colorways, one of the pink ones. I don't know the actual name, but it's pink. And it's a very nice pink. Making a turn again. Yay. Corner. I was working on this during my lunch break today at school. What time is it? It's just after 7. Okay. Probably be live for another half hour. I do know 9 o'clock is the latest. We'll be live. Because I gotta be up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So I can go to work. Ready, returning, another round done. Oh my god. Maybe I should have taken a nap. Yeah. Quiet evening tonight. and I gotta figure out what to do for dinner tomorrow night. Oh my gosh, come on! Wake up. Come on. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Do hope you'll stay for a bit. I do appreciate it. Is it bedtime? Not quite. I generally start winding down around 8 o'clock, 8:30. And then I'm asleep by 9:30 most nights. It's just been a really long week between house hunting and wedding prep and my day job, teaching. So we've had people out this week and we've had new hires. And I do a lot of the training for new hires because I've been there for so long. So this week in particular has been pretty exhausting. So I am looking forward to just spending Saturday crocheting coasters mindlessly. Because I came up with the pattern for them myself, and they only take like 10-15 minutes to make. Excuse me, I've got cat fur on my face again. So even though I have to film, I can just zone out and make a nice big stack of them for a market I'm doing near the end of August. And I got a email I gotta see. So I know I did a really big winter Christmas market last year, and I think the applications for that are going out again soon. And I would like to do that one again, even though I froze my butt off last year. Because it was fun and I made quite a bit. Well, it helped because I sell a lot of hats at my markets. Because that's kind of my thing, like fun hats are my thing. And it was so cold. What pattern are you going for the coasters? I am using my flower pattern that I came up with. It isn't written down anywhere. Well, anywhere else for anybody. I have the notes written. Maybe someday I'll translate it into an actual crochet pattern, but it's something I freehanded many years ago. Just for fun. I think I was in like late elementary school when I came up with how I make my flower coasters. And it works for a lot of things. I'll use it for like appliques for hats or just straight coasters. And then depending on the colors you use, it can become different kinds of flowers. And then maybe I'll like film a tutorial Saturday as well as I'm making it. Nope, dishwasher's done. My dishwasher sings when it's done. But it's a relatively simple pattern. It's just translating it from my weird scribbles into standard pattern. And then taking that standard pattern and updating it to like how modern crochet patterns are written, because I learned how to write patterns the original shorthand way, where like you get like a paragraph on a quarter of a page in a magazine and you don't get like any pictures or anything, and you just follow the shorthand and there you go. Whereas nowadays even simple things have multiple pages and pictures and they don't use shorthand. So I would have to, if I wanted to make it more accessible to everybody, I would have to translate it from my shorthand to regular. Then I would probably offer both. Because I know the shorthand can be really hard for some people to read. Especially if they're used to how modern crochet patterns are written. At least ones I've seen. I have a sort of scrapbook of patterns that I've been collecting since I started crocheting back in the 90s. And half of them don't even come with pictures. It's like, here's your gauge, here's the name, go. So I actually get confused when I see some of the more modern patterns that are out there on like Etsy and stuff, because I just learned how to read the shorthand. So now when I write down my notes, it's just the shorthand, plus my own personal shorthand that I use for my notes. I have a lot of friends offline that crochet, and they can also read the shorthand patterns, but they look at my notes and they're like, what is that? What language is that? I don't know, maybe I'll also film a tutorial while I'm seeing how many of the coasters I can make, and I'll make two videos with one thing. Because I totally did that for my sweater scarf video that I've been working on. I got a lot of TikToks out of it on how to do the different stitches. Little micro tutorials. Which are not getting a lot of views on YouTube, but got a lot of views on Instagram. But I guess a lot of people on YouTube looking for crochet tutorials don't go to the shorts section for tutorials. They'll go to the long form videos, whereas TikTok and Instagram go for the short form. But I've been like stuck in 300 view jail in TikTok for some reason. But whatever, just keep going at it. Someday I'll be able to monetize and have some extra money on hand. But just poking at it. But these flower coasters I make are generally my best sellers at markets and stuff. Like, I sell sets of them. There's a distillery up in New York. I think my mom's mentioned it in chat before. They sell sets of my coasters there for cash and then give me the cash. Because I crocheted the coasters for the distillery that they use at the bar there. And people kept stealing them. So those are my big money makers. The flower coasters and my hunting hats. And then commissions I take offline. I don't do online commissions. But Generally, if people in my town want something crocheted, they know where to find me. I have made many a baby blanket. And part of my high school graduation project was I crocheted hats for micro preemies and donated them to the NICU in our local hospital. I made something like 100 of them for my high school graduation project. You're in Maryland. My dad lived in Maryland for many in the 80s. Back when he worked and he was a tech bro in the 80s, we'll put it that way. He used to do tech work for NASA. But he was tired of living close to DC, so he got a job in Pennsylvania and they moved here. And then I came along. And now here we are, several decades later, still in Pennsylvania. I don't know. I don't think I could ever really leave Pennsylvania. Putting a border on the blanket. I think I will when I'm done with it. I have some white yarn, nice white DK yarn that I will plan on using. I think I might do a shell border for this one. Don't know. Might take a peek at one of my reference guides. I don't actually have any books on just crochet borders. I know there's one in my Amazon wish list that I might treat myself to for my birthday. But I really should, because I've got books about pretty much everything else. Got a lot of crochet books going back to like the 70s, because I also inherited all my grandmother's crochet books. And all her old crochet magazines and the magazines I used to get. And like, I still pick them up at Michael's sometimes. I'll pick up Crochet World at Michael's. That could be a fun topic for a video, going through my crochet pattern scrapbook. I call it a scrapbook because it's just patterns that I'd cut out of magazines or off of yarn labels that I've collected over the years. I could go through that and make something. I would really like to make one of the blankets out of this one crochet book one of my friends got me. It's from the mid-'80s, and it's like chunky blankets using double-stranded yarn for a bunch of the patterns. I think that would be fun to make something like that. Maybe once I buy a house, that can be my project. Let's make a blanket for myself instead of finally for myself instead of other people. I haven't really made anything for myself in a while, aside from that sweater scarf. One sweater scarf, when I was testing out the pattern before making the one for my sister-in-law. And my ugly Christmas sweater. Which I really wish that video got more views, but it was like my third video ever I released on YouTube. And my first crochet challenge video. Because we were going to do an ugly Christmas sweater day at work. And the director, I bet you $10 you're not going to be able to crochet yourself an ugly Christmas sweater in a week for this Spirit Week. And I did. Made myself a super ugly Christmas sweater, and I made a video about it. And I showed up that day wearing it. I never told her that I finished it, and I didn't work on it at work. I only worked on it at home, and I showed up the ugly sweater day wearing it, and she was shocked because I used single crochets too. And I'm a size 1X, so. It was a long video. I think it was like my third ever vlog. And like, so it is slightly cringy to watch now, even though it was less than a year ago, just because I have improved in my filming and video editing skills. I'm a lot more confident in front of the camera now. But, yeah. It was a long video, and it was a ugly sweater, and I still have it, and I wear it pretty much all the time. Stitch your libraries. It sounds familiar. I probably have heard about it, I just can't remember, because it sounds familiar. And I have a bunch of books about crochet that I would like to acquire from my library. Hi, Guinness. How you doing, Black Cat? through your patterns and pick one to do. I might do that. Add it to the list of content ideas I have hanging up. Make a random pattern. You know, I saw somebody on TikTok working their way through the first crochet stitch dictionary. Doing one of the stitches every day. I have that book. And I have a Tunisian crochet stitch dictionary. Hi, Guinness. We've made a lot of progress on this tonight. I'm quite proud of myself. We're definitely not going to finish it tonight, but we're doing good. Hi, Black Cat. Here's my Guinness. You want to knock up? Hold on, everybody. He's here. Yeah, they were just doing swatches. Which... I have a love-hate relationship with swatches, because, like, oh yay, it's something to crochet when you don't know what you want to make, but then great, now what? Now what do I do with it? So menacing, yes. Oh. You seeing this? Are you trying to pet me, sir? I swear he's trying to pet me when he does that. You see that paw? He's trying to pet me. He's trying to pet me back. Yes, Black Cat. You're a sweet boy. You're a sweetie boy. Here. Let's show off how handsome you are. Yes. My handsome, sweet Black Cat. Yes. He's purring. He's happy. Oh, double hand action. Double petting action. Woo! Double kitty cat petting action. Yes. Let's not knock the camera over, Guinness, please. Sir. Sir. He is really... If I let go, it's gonna go flying. My goodness, sir. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he's purring super loud. Yes, you're purring very loud, Guinness, because you're a sweet baby. You're a happy boy. And your birthday is soon. Birthday's in a month. Maybe we'll do a live birthday party. It depends on the day. Be a great way to farm for likes. 1 like equals 1 treat for Guinness. Yeah. I think that's what my dad does. He watches them all day because he's got cameras around the house and he'll use them just to stalk the cats during the workday and see what they're up to. Usually snoozing. He's howling away about something upstairs. But yeah. He's your happy black cat here. Bless you. Whatever that noise was. Oh, Guinness. Guinness, Guinness, Guinness. My handsome, sweet Guinness. Oh, we've been live for 2 hours now. Woohoo! $7:30. I'll probably go for another half hour. 8 o'clock I usually start winding down for the night, unless chat is popping at that time. We'll see. It is a weeknight. So, if you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Trying to save up a down payment for a house. So, any little bit helps. Love to be able to monetize by Christmas. Even just a little bit. Just give me some more breathing room. I don't know. All day, yes. Okay, there we go. Wind spinner. Ooh, those are always so pretty. When I get a new house, I should probably make some, because I know I want a house with a porch. And a wind spinner would look great there. Maybe I should make some colorful ones for my upcoming market. That would probably attract a lot of people to my booth. I mean, I know I'll probably at least break even. I've done this show several times before. The one in August. Do it to practice your cursive. Oh gosh. Cursive, that brings back memories. Yeah, I've done this show several times before. It's usually my best show of the year. It's the small rural one where everybody pays cash. It's the one where last year a girl in a wheelchair parked herself in front of her one of my rainbow hats, which was it's $30, by the way, because it's a really annoying technique. It involves a lot of math, so I'm like, yeah, you're paying me $30 for this hat. And she parked her wheelchair in front of that hat while her mom ran home to get more cash for it, because everybody lived around this town square. Write cursive rather than print. Yeah, we were still doing cursive when I was in school. And then we transitioned to everything being typed. I don't know. I always struggled with cursive just because my ADHD brain would blend all the words together when they were written in cursive. So I struggled. But it is an important skill to have. Goodness, your fur is all over me. Yes. This boy. I just want to be petted. Here he is. Demanding pets. Everybody liked the live for Guinness. Yeah. Good boy. You're my black cat. My black cat. Yes, you're my black cat. My happy black cat. My happy, happy black cat. My happy black cat. My happy, happy black cat. I mean, schools are going to have to bring back cursive with the rise in AI. It's like the only way to guarantee that they didn't AI generate all their essays. There he goes, rubbing the camera again. They don't teach cursive in school anymore. No, I think they were in the process of phasing that out when I was in college. Because my brother was in high school at the time. And he said that one day they just stopped. And cursive helps with your fine motor skills. What? It finally happened. He got it. Y'all okay? Those reflexes. Sir! Sir! This boy. Y'all good? Yeah, you knocked over my friends. You knocked over the internet people that live in the tablet in this. She'd sigh. Third grade teacher didn't know what she was missing out on. Suing for damages. Guinness. that's coming out of your rent. You're gonna have to make more videos of you shoving your butt in the camera to pay for that. Yes. 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 I mean, maybe I should actually get a proper tripod, because I'm just kind of balancing this precariously on one of those folding tray tables that you put out when you're like having a dinner party and you have hors d'oeuvres. Because again, we're super low budget here. Lean back. I'm tired. Right, almost every day. Ha! Vindication for you. My favorite vindication was I was like, yeah, guess what? I do have a calculator in my pocket all the time. And I do use it all the time because I have dyscalculia. It wasn't that I wasn't trying harder. School system, oh, you'd do so much better if you tried harder. It's not how it works. You were determined. Hey, that determination will get you far. I think I can still write my name in cursive, but that's about it. I'm sure it would come back to me if I did it enough and practiced. But by the time I hit high school, they phased out handwritten assignments and we had to turn them in typed. Though I still took exams that required blue books. So. Hello, welcome to the live. Welcome to the chat. Hope you'll hang out for a bit. We have fun here. Making a baby blanket. We've put quite a dent in it this evening, which I'm happy about. I mean, I've been working on this off and on all week. It's kind of my lunch break pattern. Or project, not pattern. Almost. Starts with the same letter. Because I know I don't like to bring anything too complex to work with me. To work on during my lunch break. So I'll usually bring like these simple baby blankets or hats. Actually, my lunch break is when I get a lot of these baby blankets that I make for people done. Because at home, I'm usually filming and doing business-related crochet. Weeknights and lunch break are for personal projects. Unless I'm market prepping, which I just realized I have a bunch of headbands I need to attach price tags to. Oh, me. Goodness, any way you can grow opposable thumbs and help me attach price tags? I know for the winter market I did back in December last year, I did enlist my mom to help me weave in my ends and attach price tags. I was like a Christmas object making machine last December. Wish you could. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I mean, the market's not till the end of August, and it's not hard for me to attach the price tags. It's just really tedious. But you gotta have a tag on it, because if there isn't a tag on it, people will try to haggle. And I only accept haggling during the last hour of the show. When I'm trying to get rid of stuff. Only thing I don't really allow haggling on during the last hour of the show are my sweaters. Because I have a lot of sweaters that I do sell, but I don't have them on my online site. Because they're all a women's 1XL. So those are one of the things that are like a craft show exclusive with me, is one of my sweaters. And those I'm usually very firm on price-wise. Because I'm like, no, that took me like 2 weeks to make. You at least $100. Cough it up. I don't know. I have a bunch. Maybe I should put them online for sale. It's just finding someone to model them, because yeah, they're my size, but I ain't modeling them. I'm not a model. But you can't just post like a flat lay and a picture of it hanging up. You need it to show on somebody. I don't know. Maybe next time I see my sister-in-law, I can con her into doing it. I have plenty of willing baby models for my stuff because my friends have children and they're like, yeah, you can use our kid's picture on your website in exchange for free stuff. So, like, the baby you see modeling a lot of the stuff on my website is my friend's daughter. And she's super cute. But not many grown-ups are willing to model for my website. So it would just be me standing there like, same face I make in my staff ID badge. Just sitting there at the camera lady, because it was... Yeah, that's in September, and I'll be glad to update that badge because everybody at work teases me for it because they're like, you look like you're about ready to commit a murder. It looks like a mugshot. I'm like, yeah, well, it was at the end of the day and I was tired and I had just herded 12 babies in to get their pictures taken and keep them happy and lots of retakes. So yes, I looked like I was ready to kill somebody in my staff ID picture because I was done. And you know what? My one coming for the upcoming school year, I will probably look the same. Still the same grumpy delight I was when I first started working there 7 years ago. I'm going into year 8 of teaching. Eight years, Guinness. 8 years of teaching. My class roster for the upcoming school year is already packed to the gills. Yes, Guinness. Oh, we're almost 2.5 hour mark, which means it's almost 8 o'clock. Let's see. We'll probably finish this round, do one more, and then jump off for the night. Make myself a nice tea and catch up on my YouTube videos before I go to sleep. But yeah. And then hopefully next week I won't be so tired and we can probably go back to being live on Tuesday nights. And of course I'll still be live Saturday night as always. I don't know. Either Tuesday or Wednesday next week. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll do one more round before saying goodnight. Ooh. This is a good size, though. I do think we shall be done soon. And then tomorrow night's agenda is to finish the sweater scarf video and then gather my materials for the coaster binge that we will do for Saturday night's live. We'll see. How many flower coasters can I crochet in one day? Come on up. There you go. Good boy. I already did my grocery shopping this week, so I don't have to go anywhere Saturday. So I can just spend that time crocheting instead of fighting for my life in Aldi. That's when all the people come down from the mountains to go grocery shopping is Saturdays in my town. And there's some scary people living in the mountains around my town. Hi, welcome to the live. Oh shoot, I left my coffee cup in my car. I have to go out and get it later so I can wash it tonight. Have another iced coffee in the morning at work while I get ready. Oh goodness. Gracie's tired. Hi, Janice. Alrighty. you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We have lots of fun crocheting here. I'm just gonna finish this round. Because Gracie's getting sleepy. But that's okay, because I will be back Saturday night. For more live crochet fun. Aww. Yep, Guinness is starting to make his it's time to go to bed face. He knows this is usually when I start getting ready for bed. For all you people that are just joining and you're going, wait, if you're Eastern Standard Time, it's only 8 o'clock. Why are you getting ready to go to bed? Because I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't function well without my beauty sleep. Mr. Guinness. Now that it's time for you to eat, Adonis must watch you eat. Yes. That is how felines work. They must always watch you eat. you're just joining, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Hang out with all of the coolest people and crochet and listen to me ramble and look at my cute cats. Made you eat ice cubes while he ate his dinner. He didn't want to eat alone. Cats are social eaters. So. You know, Guinness is shameless. He wants people to sit with him when he's eating, but he also wants to be included when we're eating. And he's gotten quite brazen in his older age. He will just jump right up on the dining room table and sit next to you. Anyways, he eats with Blue. Well, he wants a human companion. I don't know. Cats are strange. Whoa. Okay. No, I'm right where I was. Nobody's robbing the other of food. Yeah. That would make sense. So, my three are pretty good about not stealing from each other. They're all grazers. So, they don't actually eat. They just come back and leave and come back throughout the day. And then when the bowl's empty, they come harass us and I refill it, and then they keep grazing. So, they will eat a whole thing of wet food together in the mornings and then one in the evening. But they like having access to their kibble. Once they finish their dinner, they'll push the other out of the way. What jerks. Not very good dinner companions. Yes. I know. We're going to go to bed soon, Guinness. Let's finish this round and then we'll go to bed. Just gotta turn this corner and then we're done for the night. So. Chill out. Headed out? Okay, I'll see you upstairs. Oh, you're gonna sit there and look at me with those sad eyes. I see how it is, Guinness. Hi, welcome. Try and take your food. What are you making? I am crocheting a baby blanket. well, toddler blanket, really. It's for a toddler. But it's baby blanket sized, so. It is for one of the babies in my group, my class that is turning 1 next week. So this will be a birthday present for them. Well, her. It's for a little girl. Yeah, true. Why not? Babies always need blankets. Blankets are fun. And the baby blanket is a good mindless project. But it's not all the work of a full-sized blanket. Like this one that I've been working on since January. We're gonna have to have a live stream party when it's finally done, and then I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. I'm gonna never want to make another granny square ever again. Reminds me, maybe I could film some tutorials of each square that I make. And then I could post those over when I take my time off for my brother's wedding. I'll still have videos coming out. Dining chair, it's just like he's a civilized human, only try robbing you. Guinness doesn't even do that. I was once eating some chicken tikka masala and he jumped off, grabbed it right off my fork with his mouth and ran away. I was speechless. I just sat there like... He likes chicken tikka masala. He's the cutest little menace to society you ever did see. You crochet as well? That's nice. My chair puts pause on table to grab it. Sounds like a riot. Stay on here until only 2 people watch. I've got a few. I'm starting to wind down. It's okay. Had more earlier, but as the night wears on and I just gotta turn this corner and then finish off the round, and then I'm gonna get off for the night. Oh wait, no, it's right here. Oh yeah, I got a ton of lurkers. I think the lurkers might be families from my school, because I know a lot of them follow me. It might be families, it might be people I know in real life, they just don't chat. I know everyone at my day job is super supportive of my crocheting stuff. but they might not chat. I don't know. I posted a direct link to the live on my Instagram today, because usually I'll post before I'm going live with a link just straight to my channel, but lately I've been posting a link straight to the live. But yeah. Get like over 1,000. I hope so someday soon too. I mean, it's getting up there. It's getting up there. My analytics are doing better. Do good every day. It's just keeping consistent. And there. We are done with that round. The blanket has gotten quite large since we started earlier. I like it. Ignore the seam right here. It's fine. It's fine. But it is about 8:20. I need to start getting ready for bed. You comment the same amount and the bot is still beating me. I don't know. I mean, I might modify the timers a little bit before I go live. Excuse me. On Saturday. And see. I don't know. Again, it's the dang PBIS training. It's like, if you just post the rules, everybody will behave. So, I know it's on like a 7-minute timer to repeat the chat rules and the link to my website. You'll race a bot if you want. Alright, I will leave it as it is then for Saturday. But thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. I am gonna go jump off and go to bed now because it's a weeknight. It's a work night. I gotta be up at 5 o'clock in the morning and it's like 8:30. So I need to wind down. We got a lot done. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be live again probably around 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday if you want to join us for that. And I have a new video coming out at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time on Saturday morning about how many granny squares I can do in one day. And don't forget to check out my website, smallpinecrafts.square.site. I ship anywhere in the United States, Canada, and the UK now. So you can buy something I make. Please. Get this stuff out of my house. Alright, good night everybody. We'll see y'all the next time. Good night, Aaliyah. Thank you.